and it has been a time, a season, a year of multiple achievements within the town. I'm proud to say here that Idowa within the last 1 year has had a complete revamp. In other words, the growth of Idowa is monumental. Our focus is Idowa becoming that London in Nigeria, and we're almost getting there. So thank you very much for coming around today. It's a 1-week program. I'm sure the Alayeluwa will enumerate on this later, and we look forward to you coming to join us and ensuring we have a very successful event. Thank you.
I want to welcome everybody here present. Ladies and gentlemen, I go straight to a prepared test. I titled it Idowa, a journey of 485 years. Today, as we reflect on Idowa's 485 years journey, we are reminded of the strength, resilience, and the rich cultural heritage that defined our beloved town. Founded in 1940 by Oba Alayeluwa of Idowa, the 13th Awujale of Ijebu land, Idowa began as a settlement with deep roots. Oba Okuribido, who became the first Dangurewe of Idowa, laid the foundation of a legacy that continues to strive. Idowa's history is marked by its unique position within the Ijebu kingdom. The appellation proudly claimed by his people, Ọmọ Olówó Joyè Méjì, Ó jẹ́ Awùjalẹ̀, Ó tún jẹ́ Dangurewe, which highlights this legacy rooted in the dual reign of Oba Okuribido, the 13th Awujale of Ijebu, and Oba Jadiara, the latter, as a knight Dangurewe in 1630 to 1660, returned to Ijebu to ascend the throne as the 25th Awujale, solidifying Idowa's centrality in Ijebu history. Our traditions tells of Oba Jadiara's dramatic condition for accepting the Awujale title. What is the condition? That his household was to form a continuous queue from Idowa's palace to Ijebu's palace. If the line reached the palace in Ijebu, he will accept to return to Ijebu and become the Awujale. The successful fulfillment of this condition signified the unity and the strength of the Idowa people and marked a significant chapter in the town's narrative. For centuries, Idowa served as the administrative headquarters of the Idowa district within the Ijebu province. Covering an expanse area, the Idowa as the head presided over a region that included Ikorodu, Ayepe, Ibefun, and contributed to the judicial bench of Oba Marun in Ijebu. The town's administrative prominence shifted in 1937 with Captain Mackenzie's intelligence report, granting autonomy to several towns previously under Idowa district. This restructuring marked a new chapter overseen by Oba Dangurewe Samuel Adebanojo and other esteemed monarchs. Over the last 10 decades, Idowa has made significant strides. Islam, present for over a century, arrived alongside Western education. Institutions such as St. Peter's Primary School, established through interfaith collaboration, and Idowa Comprehensive High School, founded in 1980, showcased the town's commitment to progress. Healthcare is served by a well-equipped primary health center, and the towns benefit from amenities like a postal agency, a borehole water project from the Nigerian Second Republic. Despite challenges such as a lack of street lighting, poor internal roads, and limited industries, Idowa's resilient spirit continues to inspire hope for a brighter future. As we honor our past, we are called to build on this enduring legacy. The coronation of the Dangurewe is not only a celebration of tradition, but also a commitment to lead and uplift the community. Over the past 1 year, this kingdom, under my leadership, has recorded some remarkable developments, which I shall be sharing with you shortly. All these are geared towards the socio-economic and political development of our people, which to me is very paramount. Below are the list of some of these achievements. Economic and financial empowerment. To the glory of God, I have facilitated financial assistance of over 100 million naira in revolving medium-term loans to Idowa Farmers Association, the Muslims, the Christians, and the Sheshe communities, courtesy of the Goldmynetv ministry. We have also assisted in ensuring that some of our people are able to benefit from tricycle empowerment, making them being able to increase their source of income and to support their families. I have acquired over 15 acres of land to support indigents in fish farming. In fact, the land we've acquired is more than that, but we wanted to start with that 15 acres. And I'm sure by the time we're done with this 1 year anniversary, some of the beneficiaries will have their lots, and they will start the business. Now, one other thing we have also tried to do, and which we have actually done, is to create a bulk purchase market. And this is unique in the sense that we are not very sure there are other towns where this has been done. We have established our bulk purchasing market where goods are sold to indigents and non-indigent through the Community Development Association at over 50% discount. And I can assure you that we have spent over 500 million on that. I want to acknowledge the support of our sons and daughters who have contributed to this scheme. Now, in the area of education and skill development, we also recorded another first by establishing Idowa Vocational Center. This was established in October 2024 to address youth skills gap, and over 50 students are currently under training. And I'm also pleased to confirm that the center has received necessary certifications and approval by the National Skill Acquisition, and the certificate that will be issued is a certificate that is recognized and acceptable all over the world. So this is a clarion call to all our youths, and I'm also proud to say that even youths from other neighboring towns are already registered in the school. In the area of also educational support, we've in the past paid over 50 students. We've paid their senior certificate examination fees. We've also paid WAEC fees as well. And in this area, the Goldmynetv ministry has been very, very supportive. We've also granted scholarships in private universities to 12 students during the 2022-23 academic session, and about 11 students during the 2023-24 academic sessions. Now, we've also looked at how to support our communities, our aged and the elderly, and I'm sure and I can confirm that our aged elders in the town usually receive necessary support from the palace. Now, another thing we've also tried to do in the last 1 year is looking at the community development associations. When I ascended the throne, there are just about 3 CDAs in Idowa, and today I can tell you that we have 60 CDAs that are registered, and we also have about 3 that are recently created and whose registration will also be done in the near future. In the area of youth engagement, we have made sure that our youths are now more focused. Peace has also been re-established and is also one of the central focus of what we have done or what we are doing in the last 1 year. Now, in terms of infrastructure and the developments, we're looking at our roads, and I have assurances which is being implemented now. The roads, we have done a lot of looking at what we have, and we're just waiting for final approval before we start putting interlocks on them. And some we have actually done in the town. Where the Dangurewe market has been there for quite some time. We have looked at it, and a lot of renovations has been done. And in fact, it is the seat of the Idowa bulk purchase initiative. They have their central stores there, and there they distribute goods and services, and they also sell goods at over 50%. I can make bold to say that a bag of rice in Idowa is 42,000, and I'm not sure if there are markets in Nigeria where you can have this sort of prices, but here in Idowa, that is what we are doing, and that is what we have done. The palace, we have our plans, and I can assure you that before the first month of this celebration, we will kickstart the redesigning and the retrofit of the palace. We already have over ₦500 billion in our account that we're going to use for this project. And during the course of the anniversary, we will show you what the new palace is going to look like. We're also putting 2 guest houses at the back. We've done all the groundwork, we've had all the necessary approvals, and like I said, we already have over ₦500 billion in our account, and that we are going to do by the grace of God. I also want to appreciate people that we put in what we call the Dangurewe Development Initiative. It was a committee that I set up, I think, after a week or two of ascending the throne, and they put up a lot of papers as to what we can do to make to move Idowa forward, and particularly to actualize our dream of making Idowa small London. The committee have been working, they work so excellently, and part of what I have done, I will not deceive you, is also traced to them. I want to appreciate them, and I know that by the grace of God, the Almighty Allah will equally appreciate them and will continue to guide them. Well, security enhancement, that we've been a bit hard on ourselves. In fact, 1 or 2 weeks after I ascended the throne, there are a lot of issues of insecurity and all that. One of the reasons why we have to establish as many CDAs as possible, we've also tried to make sure that each of our quarters, they have their own security team. They are also equipped with necessary equipments to make sure that insecurity are also nipped in the bud. We are laying more emphasis on that, and as I'm talking to you now, through our sons and daughters, we've also acquired 3 security vans. The So Safe people will be having one, the police station here will also be having one, and I think there's also another third, the civil defense will also be having one. These are things we have done in the area of security, and we thank God that we are beginning to have semblance of peace in the town, and I pray that this would continue. Well, in terms of job and employment support, we try as much as possible back end to make sure that our sons and daughters are assisted, and where we have opportunities, these are done. We will not relent on that. And the DDI, they've told me that what they wanted to do is to make sure that on monthly basis, we're able to report back to the council that this month they have facilitated the employment of minimum of 10 of our sons and daughters into various establishments. It's a goal that they have set, and it's a goal that we're praying that the Almighty God would help us to achieve. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to all of you for being here. I want to thank everybody that has interacted with the palace since the last 1 year. I don't want to end this. Yorubas will tell you that it is the big masquerade that ends the Igbale court. I want to put on record my sincere appreciation to His Royal Highness Alailua Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Okuribido, GCO, GCON, the Awujale and the paramount ruler of Ijebu land, for his support since my enthronement. I pray that Baba will continue to lead us. He has led us well. And like I used to say to him, Ojo Adale, Eshibitale, I also used to tell him that the corn with which he's going to take his pap has not been planted. And when it is planted, it will grow. When it grows, the Eleko people will fashion it into the pap. And then Baba will drink the pap for so many years. Baba has an ambition, which I also shared. That is the creation of the Ijebu state. It is our prayer that this prayer of Ijebu state will be answered during the lifetime of Baba Ujale. And if it is answered, Baba will still lead us. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being here, and I will take questions and answers if there are any. Thank you very much.
You just told us that already there is $500 million for the palace. Maybe tell us more about it. What should we be expecting? You also spoke about the bulk purchasing market established here that worth $500 million, right?
Kabisi, you are a cerebral Kabisi. I've mentioned you have interacted, and I want to ask you, are you satisfied that traditional rulers are not given rules constitutionally? Then secondly, everything is now knitted together. People now prefer to live in places like Idowa and work in Lagos, meaning that there is upsurge of people coming to the town. We have some boys that you see them wearing khaki in hot weather. What are you doing to checkmate all this ritual killing, money rituals and all those things that is now rampant in neighborhoods, so that it won't spread to Idowa, where we have a lawyer as a thing. And how many people have you been able to assist? Maybe some of those that are making trouble, have been able to push to Ijebu. Thank you, Kamis.
Well, times are changing, but I think I can tell you now that now that the two seats are well established, much as we would love to have that reversal, I think the current realities is that everybody will sit in their domain and continue to flourish. And most importantly, continue to maintain that cordial relationship. There is not going to be anything whatsoever that Awujale will do that Dangurewe will go against. And in most cases, Baba has always given us his support as well. So on that basis, I mean, from history, from the papers I've read, there has never been any friction since between Awujale and Dangurewe since 1540. And that is not going to happen under my reign. And I can say that the future Dangurewe as well will ensure that they keep that long-age relationship. So I think that answers the question. The current realities is that each and every one of us will stay in our domain and continue to reign and then maintain that cordial relationship. Now, our people from OGTV, precisely they're asking about just 3 questions. The issue of area boys, and he tried to color it and saying people that we've sent to Ijebu and all that. Well, as far as we're concerned, we are very careful about the issue of security. And like I said, a few weeks after I ascended the throne, we had the issue of people being kidnapped and all that. And that set us up, making sure that we address the issue of security. Like I said, we have our Olorituns, we have the security outfit that we're trying to put together. and the provisions of security vehicles as well. And we also want to make sure that each and every citizens or people that lives in Idowa is also drafted into the CDA, and by so doing, each and everybody will know their neighbors. The armed robbers, the kidnappers are not people that comes from the moon. They live around us, and if we do our CDA very well, we will know. If I know my neighbor and you also know your neighbor, we'll be able to identify this aspect of criminality. And like I said, we are very meticulous about the issue of CDA. We are putting all our resources into it, and we are also making sure that we have a security committee that is also headed by some of our security people in the town. And like I said, we had about 3 vehicles for them. We will keep more attention on that. And we are laying emphasis on our youth, trying to redirect them and emphasize the fact that criminality does not pay. He asked about the youth. The youth are my constituencies. The elders here knows me, that as far as the youth are concerned, I don't joke with their issues. And we have been collaborating, we have been redirecting them, and I can see the changes that is happening in them now is more positive than what it used to be. And just about 2 days ago, I was with them, we were having discussions and all that, and we are patting ourselves on the back that there is no area in Idowa that you bring your vehicle, whether it's a space bus or whatever it is, you are not going to see any of our sons and daughters raising hand for you. That has never happened and is not going to happen. So we are working on that, and by the grace of God, that will continue. You asked about shiftancy confinement. You see, in Idowa, we pride ourselves. We may be very small, but we have a very big engine. We keep our eyes on the focus. We don't lose focus. We have our eminent sons and daughters all over the world holding prominent positions. But what we're doing is to make sure that we stabilize ourselves first, and we also appreciate those who have been assisting us. So in terms of shiftancy, it is not a concern to us. Like I said, we have our sons and daughters who compete favorably with any other person in the world. A few days ago, we have one of our sons and daughters that was also announced as the Secretary General of a major group by United Nations. You don't have people like that and you think they are not worthy of a shiftancy. But again, we're looking at the big tree, and we're not really bothered about whether I made a shift or not. It is your contributions that matters. But to answer you directly, by the grace of God, come 25th, we'll be honoring 3 people that are not our sons and daughters, but equally, because they associate with us, they share in our focus and they are assisting us, we will recognize them. Now, you also asked about roles, constitutional roles for traditional rulers. Well, this has been a burning question here and there. Even before me, reverse traditional rulers all over Nigeria, they have been talking about it. I cannot but also lend my voice as well. This is overdue, because I remember we read stories, we read books, and we discovered that in those days, it is the king that calls the shot, but now it is the government that calls the shot. But we are not saying that trend should not continue, but again, they must or they should give us some constitutional rules that we can also work with them. And it's obvious, even with their powers and authority, we still hold our people together, and our people still listen to us. And I'm sure that in the near future, that will be done. Now, a man from Punch, he started by asking questions about the 500 million, the dollar bulk purchase and all that. And you also said you want to come and join us. The door is open. We've had a lot of people who want to naturalize, and we're happy to have them. But in actual fact, it is not something we are making up. You know, you're a reporter. I want you to go to town and do your due diligence. You discover that, yes, a bag of rice, if you have your CDA card, you buy a bag of rice in Idowa, 42,000. 42,000. And I can also tell you that we have distributed over 1,300 bags of rice free of charge to our people. Go to town and do your due diligence. You will find out it is like that. If you want to buy Indomie, if you want to buy beans, if you have your CDA card, you live in Idowa, you are going to buy it at 50% discount from what you have in the market. So I think that is the bulk of the question you ask. The Idowa bulk purchase, it is there. Then you also asked about the palace. That I said, we already have ₦500 billion in our account. It's not in our household, it's in our account. But I can assure you it is true. You will see the retrofit of the palace. We will bring it out maybe tomorrow or next tomorrow. That is exactly what we wanted to do, and that is what we're doing. It is not a magic. It is by all of us that are here and those who love us. And I pray that the Almighty God will continue to bless the hands that has helped us, and it will make us to also be able to deliver. The last question is from the Guardian, and basically is asking about the relationship between Idowa and the towns that are around us. Well, it is cordial and very cordial, and we would ensure that it remains as such. We believe in the fact that a tree does not make a forest. We can't do it alone. We need our people, we need the people around us, and obviously we would collaborate with them. But one thing we will not do is, we will not compromise on the interests of Idowa. For whatever it is, Idowa will be our #1 priority, and then any other thing can follow. So those who share in that dream and they are ready to support us, we will work perfectly with them. But if there is any area where we think that we are going to be shortchanged, we will maintain our stand. Our door is very open. I'm a very peace-loving person, and I'm sure that people left and right, our elders also champion and they believe in that cause. And basically that is what we are going to do. Well, youth restiveness, if you see what we have done in the last 1 year, that to us is not going to be a concern. And I want to thank all our youths. They've been with me since we started this race, and they're also still with me. And I'm saying it boldly to the world. They listen to us when we talk to them, and they take advice from us. And we will also continue to stand by them. Now, the last question from the Guardian concerns the issue of a state creation. Well, even if I'm not a traditional ruler, Ijebu won't support the creation of Ijebu state. That is also something that is there to me. It is something that is there to Baba Ujale, and whatever he says, all traditional rulers in Ijebu land will follow. And we are following him, we are standing by him, and whatever gun is carrying, we are also carrying it, and we are ready to defend and ensure that that desire of his is also actualized. And Baba is working tirelessly on that. He's making some deft moves that everybody is now becoming to see that Ijebu state creation is going to be a reality. It is my prayer and our prayer in Idowa that that is going to come to reality during the lifetime of Baba. And once it comes in, Baba will still enjoy it. So directly to answer your question, I'm in support and I'm ready to contribute whatever quota that is required of me to ensure that Ijebu state creation, knowing, is actualized. Thank you very much. I think I've answered all the questions. Oh, okay. You see, all over the world there are insecurities, and I'm sure that if we are going to be fair to the president is doing his best. We've seen some of the best crack detectives working on some of these things in recent times, and we've actually seen reduction. What we must realize is the fact that Yorubas have an adage, and I want to put it in Yoruba so that we can actually comprehend it. It says, "Kolon sheni, nowhere name sheni, rasho." You know, somebody who is determined to carry out a mischief, which you are not looking at, it can spring surprises anytime, any moment. But the fact is that once you are proactive in terms of expecting surprises, you will be able to nib it in the mud. And I'm sure that in the last few months, this thing has gone down. If you want to be sincere to the president and sincere to ourselves, it is not as it used to be 2-3 years ago. We are seeing massive reduction, but we cannot expect that these things will just go away and go away immediately. Because even in America, in UK, where we have all these other gadgets and what have you, you still have cases of somebody just going to classrooms and shooting everybody without any provocation. So you still have this pocket of instances here and there, but I'm sure the government is working on it, and on our own part, whatever we can do, we're also trying to do it. And again, this brings to the fore the issue of our CDAs. We have moved from 3 to 60, and I'm sure that our people now know themselves better. If that can be copied by other towns, and even the state government can now say, look, minimum CDAs in each town, this will also help. Because what that will do is that everybody will know each other, and if there are foreign faces among you, you will also be able to pick it out. Baba said, know your neighbor. I think that is the watchword. And any stranger within the town can easily be picked up.
Our king, being a barrister, you know, when you say learned colleague, learning, that means you have knowledge of vast majority of things that is going on. Think of any aspect of life. Law is there. You are exposed. So that's why that aspect, its background, is one of the things that is helping what is going on. Thinking of the way everybody was surprised that you are selling rice half price, it's like giving it out like charity. But did you hear that when they were getting it, there was quarrel, people are fighting, they are struggling to get it? It wasn't, because there was organization. As a barrister, he knew what should be in place, the security, the organization, the planning. So that's why all those, the community CDA was involved, creation of it, awareness of knowing what is around you, who is around you, who lives next door to you. When somebody living next door to you is riding Okada, going out and coming back in the evening, starts coming back in the middle of the night with a car and some gangs that is not in existence, definitely you know something is going on. And you know where to go. And the king will not tolerate that. All the chiefs will not tolerate that, because they are aware of that. So Papa has said a lot. He was close and they organized everything together. Even after I commend Papa, because as old as he is, he worked tirelessness in organizing this thing, involving, not just instruction, involving. If you see some of the cameras, like when they were distributing, carrying or whatever, I thought, it's only God that can do it.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. The journey so far has been wonderful. And being an Olori, I am very happy. Oba Sikiru Kayode Okuribido has been a good leader. He's a leader that leads by example. Whatever he tells people in the town to do, he must have been seen to have done it. So it's been a wonderful 1 year. To be a queen is not something you think of. It could come if it's been ordained. His case has been ordained. Because he's now the king, it's a welcome gesture for me as the queen. And if I must say, I am somebody that could multitask. Before I become a queen, I multitask. So being a queen and a mother to my children and to everybody in the town, I don't see it as a big deal. It is a welcome gesture, and I don't find it difficult.
Well, like I said in one of the questions before, we want to work silently and let the result speak for itself. To me, Idowa is my priority number one. getting our people more engaged, uplift them in terms of their economic life, the political life, the social life, and what have you. And that is what I swore to do. That is what I'll continue to do no matter what happens. And yes, if anything happens, my first priority is our sons and daughters in law. Wherever my need is sought after, I will give it. Once you are doing the right thing, you can count on me. If you are doing something wrong, I'll be the first person to tell you. And again, we need to get our people to believe in the value of hard work, believe in the value of education, believe in the value of learning a trade, and making sure that it is only when you are well equipped, you are well educated, you have a job, you have a skill, you can sell, that you can actually sustain good life. When people say we are Olowo Joye Mejipo, it is the same people that tells you that Olowo Loloye Onfoye Former Beshe. So it means that you really have to have good resources, wealth, in terms of education, in terms of skills and what have you. So we don't want to live in the past of, Omoba Dansaki. Today's world, the Dansaki, if you don't add to it, the Dansaki itself will fade away. So we believe in that. We're trying to re-engineer our youth to believe in that. Even our elders as well, those that can still walk, we're looking into them. And for those who are aged that cannot walk, we're also looking after after them. So it's something I'm sure to do, and I pray that Almighty Allah will continue to help.
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel Goldmynetv and be unleashed into a world of super